Rap Channel. Here with Ben Damon, the very classy Ben Damon from Foxtel main event.
Yes.
Have I got it right?
Yes. I'll be part of the broadcast of Jeff Horn against Terrence Crawford this coming Sunday morning, Australian time. Very much looking forward to it. It's good to be here in Vegas. Just got here this morning. We've just gone out and seen Jeff train this afternoon. He looks outstanding. He looks in significantly better condition than what I've seen him in this stage, at this stage of previous preparations. So yeah, certainly heartened by what we've seen since arriving.
How do you see this fight going with Terrence, who's, you know, pound for pound #1? He's moving up in weight. How do you think he's going to do?
It's a big question mark, isn't it, that he is coming up in weight. Obviously he's conquered the lighter 2 divisions, but now he goes up to welterweight against a very big welterweight in Jeff Horn, so that certainly plays into Horn's favour. But I think we'll know pretty early in this fight how it's going to play out, because we'll see if Terrence Crawford can time Jeff Horn. He's a very difficult fighter to time because of the way that he moves, those awkward movement patterns, the way he wings in and punches hard himself as well. So if Terrence can't time Jeff Horn, then you never know. Maybe Jeff will be too strong. We'll be able to bully him. We'll be able to crowd him. We'll be able to out-muscle and out-strong him. But if he can time Jeff, and if we see that early, then it may be a bad night for Jeff Horn. So that's the question mark. We'll give Jeff a very, very good chance. I was having a look at the prices just over here at the MGM Grand a little while ago. The prices are crazy. Jeff should not be well, the equivalent of a $6 outsider, which is what he is. He's right in this fight, and I give him every chance, and particularly after seeing how good he looks over here and how ready he is and how calm he is, we give him a very good chance.
Do you see Jeff being the confident fighter? Because, you know, he's well polished at this weight class. He's the bigger, stronger fighter. Do you see like him going close, aggressive? Is that the kind of
talk to him as well as me this week. Like he is confident, isn't he? Like
he does.
There's no nerves, and I think if you're not going to be nervous walking out in front of 50,000 Queenslanders as a Queenslander against Manny Pacquiao for your first world title fight, and you're not going to be nervous in any fight ever. He's coming to America, admittedly, for the first time, and this time, like we look at the posters that are around the place, he's clearly the B-side in this fight. He's used to being that B-side. He's used to not getting things his own way. He's used to them wanting him to lose, which is exactly what they wanted against Pacquiao. But he doesn't let it get to him. He doesn't get nervous at all, which is just amazing for a young man like he is, who has relative inexperience against a Terrence Crawford. But I think he's going to go out there and give himself every possible chance. And if those movement patterns do prove too difficult for Terrence Crawford, then this may turn into the biggest victory ever by an Australian boxer.
Do you see this as a tougher fight than Manny Pacquiao?
You'd have to say it probably is, because Crawford is at the top of his game, and even more than that, Pacquiao took Jeff probably a little bit lightly, maybe mentally he did, maybe in terms of preparation he didn't. In the ring he certainly didn't. We saw that he gritted and got in there and got into that fight and gave his all, but Terrence Crawford knows how good Jeff Horn is now. He's seen where he's come from against Pacquiao and then defending against Gary Corcoran, so he's no longer underestimated. So Jeff now has to fight fighters at their absolute best. He doesn't get an easy run. He doesn't have anyone overlooking him, perhaps like Pacquiao may have to some extent. So yeah, this is more difficult because Terrence Crawford is ready. He sees the challenge and he's going to stand up to the challenge of Jeff.
Do you think there's? Have you heard about, you know, Jeff sort of complaining about the top-ranked gym?
Yeah.
Do you think maybe it's some sort of conspiracy to rattle him?
Well, I think there is certainly there are plans to rattle Jeff Horn. There are plans to disrespect him
because he has upset the apple cart, right?
Yeah. He did. Yeah. He did exactly what they didn't want him to do in upsetting Manny Pacquiao. The plan was for Terrence Crawford and Manny Pacquiao to have a super fight, and essentially for the crown to be handed over for top rank from Pacquiao to their new man, who was Crawford. It hasn't worked like that because Jeff Horn got in the way, and he won that fight in Brisbane, and he did so in incredible fashion. But we can see, like, the posters that were Crawford v Horn. That's not the way it should be. Jeff's the world champion. It should be the other way around. And yeah, they are definitely trying to unsettle Jeff Horn. They've given him a dodgy gym. They've given Terrence Crawford a triple level suite. Jeff's just in a normal room with his wife and his child, his little baby. So, you know, yeah, they're not giving him any favours. They want him to lose, make no mistake.
And do you think Terrence is a bit, like, you know, he's been a bit, he's not been friendly to the Australian media. Do you think that sort of shows that maybe he's a bit rattled as well,
I don't know if he's rattled. I think from what I've learnt about Terrence Crawford, I don't know him personally, I've never interviewed him or dealt with him, that's just the way he is. He's difficult, he's prickly with the media, he doesn't allow access, he's a bit paranoid, he doesn't like to have cameras on him at any stage really, so I think it's pretty normal, but maybe some of the things that have been said, particularly in the toing and froing from his trainer Bomac and from Glenn Rushton, I think maybe there's just a little bit of extra feeling at the moment, and he's probably taking that out on the Aussies. I know there was a promo producer who went over for Foxtel to Crawford's training camp in his hometown, and yeah, he wasn't friendly or accommodating towards them in any way. He was very difficult for them to work with, so yeah, he doesn't want Aussies around, but I think more than that, he just doesn't want cameras around. He doesn't want to talk to anyone.
Maybe that just means he's taking Horn extremely seriously.
He's definitely taking it seriously.
Maybe he wants no distractions, he wants no mind games, he just...
And he doesn't need distractions, because he's the one coming up in weight. Jeff Horn, as we saw today, he's big and he's ready and he's going to be massive in the ring, so he needs to take him seriously, otherwise Jeff Horn's going to knock him out.
Nobody thought Horn was going to beat Pacquiao. Now, if he does pull it off, what does this mean for the boxing community? What does Jeff Horn...
This is massive for Australian boxing. What he did against Manny Pacquiao breathed new life into boxing in Australia and has set the path for so many of the next generation. It's given us a bigger chance at getting back in primetime television, and you know, the wheels are in motion and we're getting closer and closer. We've got another pay-per-view fight obviously this weekend, and if he wins this, it's enormous for the sport, it's enormous for Jeff Horn. He would arguably be #1 pound for pound in the world if he gets past Terrence Crawford off the back of his victory against Manny Pacquiao. That'd be incredible, and yeah, it puts everyone in a good place. It means that we get to come over and cover events like this. It means that there's excitement about boxing, and yeah, importantly, there's some funding which can go towards the future of other fighters.
So are you going to be in the ring? Are you going to be backstage? What are you doing for this event?
Yes, I'll be part of the coverage. I'll be spending a lot of time with Jeff in his training, in his dressing room before the fight. I'll be analysing some of the fights with the panel as well, and interviewing the winner, hopefully Jeff Horn, after the fight, and doing some stuff with Terrence Crawford as well. So looking forward to being a part of the coverage. It's a very exciting event to be a part of, and yeah, I just hope for all of our sake that Jeff gets out there and puts his best foot forward and can pull off a miracle.
Alright, give us a plug, man. Tell us where to catch it.
It's on Main Event Television. It'll be broadcast on channel 507 via Foxtel in Australia, 10 AM Eastern time, Sunday morning. The main event should be about 12:30 or so, but a good undercard with some big emerging names from the US and around the world as well. But yeah, the main event is Jeff Horn and Terrence Crawford, and yeah, just cannot wait. And yeah, hopefully Jeff does something special again, like he has before.
Fantastic. The classy Ben Damon, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much. Yep, cheers. Enjoy the week.